Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment, a theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
What are we doing, Holmes?
Let us find someone who could help us.
Alright, you guys, welcome back to Sherlock Holmes.
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer, and without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favour for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens, and that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house?
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack, just like that, so suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
Alright, they cut me off, but anyways, welcome back to Crime and Punishment. I figured that's gonna be a bigger case than stolen flowers. Can we look under here?
The plants were here. All of them were stolen.
Oh, so what's under? It's not important. Alright, whatever. I believe this is the second to last case that we have to do, so I don't know. What's over here? Helps you to visualize objects and events in this situation. Sorry. Don't see anything. Oh wait, hold on, let me check this.
What
Wait, move.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Can I use this now? I don't see anything. It suggested I use this, I'm assuming I should be seeing something. Oh god. Can I check this? No.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Okay.
Farmhouse.
Okay. Anything... I can only talk to him, I'm assuming. To go through there. I'm gonna come back to him. Move, Watson. Let me see if I missed anything over this way. See, I didn't even press that button, I just did that by itself. Wait, what's this? See, I keep doing that. I still don't see anything.
Water lily greenhouse.
What's the point of even having the option if all you're going to do is repeat it?
According to this, they have light and moisture control.
Okay, never mind. That was on the other side. Yeah, there's doors over there. Can't look at the pond or anything. No. Wait.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
Okay. See, I still don't... What is this?
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead. Soil. It should have come from a flower pot. The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground. Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
Alright. Blood. If that's that guy's blood, I thought he had a heart attack. Why would there be blood?
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped on violently again over this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound.
It's always something. Is that it? And it's... Oh, no.
This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
How do you know know if it was recently.
The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed.
Well, it's clear they're covering up something. Everything was replaced.
The esconsson was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
Alright, I see that. Is there anything else?
Very strange. Half of the Colonial Collection is absent.
Alright, let's go over here. What is this?
The smell is strong. It is a detergent. This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
So did they steal more than just plants? Now look at any of these.
These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire.
Is that it? Let me check this again. Alright, let me head out this way. Check that. Alright, let's go back this way.
Water lily greenhouse. According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building. Dry tropics.
Might as well. Is there anything? I don't see anything in this spot. Alright, I think we're good.
Dry tropics.
But I don't think there's anything else farther than this, so I might as well go back and talk to, that guy.
There is a smell of burning.
Oh, there is something.
A protective mask.
I assume there's something else. They would have put it down. Wait.
Someone set it alight, but it did not burn.
Yeah, now we're done.
The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned. A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the Colonial Collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material. A broom handle was half burned. The remains of a picture frame.
don't see anything else. You can't move anything, I don't think. Broken pot. Is there an engraving on it?
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Alright. Let's see. Anything. What the hell? I can't go over flowers? What about L1? Oh shit. Anything? Nope. Can you check over here?
Colonial Collection. Dry Tropics. Water Lily Greenhouse. Palm House. Director's Office, Cloakroom and Laboratory. Nursery. Seed House. Ventilation System.
Alright, I'm going to assume that's it. Alright, now, let's go over here. Can we go over here? What's this?
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the staff buildings.
I'm gonna go back and see if I can talk to that other guy. I forgot his name. Is he this? Yeah, there you go. Alright. Who's this? Oh yeah, his father just died. What else? Shaving cut. Okay. Part of his morning routine, maybe. Or a fight. Not married. Oh, that too.
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only, for I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Alright, that was it. Let's go back to this guy. Anything new? Okay, it's glasses. Dirt. Alright, what else? I'm married. Oh, that was it. Okay.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Would you unlock the doors for us?
Do you expect to find the stolen plants there? I am sorry, but those rooms are private.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Something off about him. What is that? Yeah, that's locked too, yeah. Oh, what else is there to do? Don't see anything. Wait, what? I didn't see this earlier. Okay, looks like they were he was escaping. Someone chased after him. Let me see it again. What did he drop? Oh, like he dropped a cup. Something.
Water lily greenhouse.
Oh, it was that plant that was replaced. Is it that scientist? Wait. Can I click? There you go. Reset sequence, what do you mean?
No, it wasn't like that.
I don't think we did this in the other case. Wait, maybe can I go right there? And then what? And 2. Is that it? Can I see it now?
No, it wasn't like that.
What the hell am I doing? I already checked that. Let's do this over. Breaking down the door. Oh, I was looking at it wrong. I'm thinking it was one guy and another guy chased after him, but it was just one. Alright, I'm missing something. There we go.
The traces are thinner in some places. These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
I visualized Don's death. Alright, now I can do it, so it should be complete, right? Determine the correct sequence of events based on details you have gathered. Alright, so now it should be fine. 2. Can I do it now?
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder? I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
Didn't we already do that? Wait. I didn't...
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Alright, let me come over here. Wait, what was that?
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Wait, why can't I open it? There's something in... Still not seeing anything.
These windows were perfectly cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
Alright, so now we're done examining this room. Let's see what we got. Emptied colonial collection. And Donna was trapped. Oh, I get to perform an autopsy. I can't talk. An autopsy. I'm done. The death is suspicious. Yes, it is. Why had he forced the door of the colonial collection room? Why had someone cleaned and emptied the room? Was it a trap or a simple accident? I mean, if it was an accident, they should have just said that. But I think that's it for this area. Can we go to, where is it? Yeah, Scotland Yard. Let's go.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
Alright, we haven't been down back this way in a while. We still can go upstairs. The autopsy should be down this way over here. Right? Yeah, right here. Come on, why the hell keep activating that?
First of all, let us carry out an external examination. No redness, stings, or bruises. There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination so that we can proceed with the autopsy.
Why is his thumb so big?
Nothing suspicious here. The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal. The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma. There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse. Now, let us examine the internal organs.
I thought we were actually going to do it like a surgeon, but apparently not.
The lungs are congested and edematous.
Wait, I just saw it. Where is it? Oh.
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant. The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs. The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs. The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction. The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs. The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs. There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death. suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Yes, it is murder.
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No, we also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No, a few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
Alright, so we got the poisoning and trying to find my charger. After being trapped in the colonial collection room by the killer, Dunn was affected by inhaling a virulent poison. Okay. Where is my charger? Alright, got it. He was poisoned, I figured. So now, how are we supposed to find information on him? Was he married? Well, I guess we gotta talk to his son again. Let's see. Find out, well, inspect staff buildings and gather information. Find the plant that was used to kill. Alright, so it's gotta go back. Alright, what do we got? Can we talk to him?
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression. Great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say. He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That and...
And...
He had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before. And now all of a sudden he is trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
What is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
He's useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was?
Oh, yes. He forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who is such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
See what it is. I already checked that on the other side. I'm gonna see what the sun has to say. Still over here. Oh, yeah.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah, at the moment I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens, and I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the Deputy Director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? That is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone, dismissively, with indifference.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them, but I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private, I am sure you understand.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Or is there neatness to white? What was she doing? Alright, I have the keys, so I guess I could go back to whatever part that was, I forgot. At the seed house. Okay. I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, I think it was these doors I was in. Can I go through that? Check it. Oh, doesn't work.
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
Yeah, I think there was any. What's the point? Or is it work that I didn't see that? Let me check the posters.
This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition. This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens. We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
Alright, whose desk is this? Oh, Martin's?
A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
Anything else? Can't look at that, apparently.
A glasses case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
What about this one? Not that. Nope. Nope. Wait. What's that?
An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year. A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish.
The grower of the year. Interesting. Anything else? I think that's it. Let me go back this way. No. I think these doors right here were also locked, right? Let me double check. Can I go this way now? Yes.
Locked.
Hey, whose office is this?
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes. A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Why did he sound so far when he said that? What? And what, that's it? And that, what is it? There you go.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
What did that say? Wait, let me go back. Evidence required.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
I'm gonna press the R1 in a minute. Let me just check around the university book. University of Cambridge.
A botany book. This student's book belongs to Albert.
Alright, what else is there? Can you check the paint? Wait. Oh, just
The employee's cloakroom.
the room he wouldn't give us a key to.
Gloves. Waterproof aprons. Everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
The other one was in that fire.
It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
What else? Oh,
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals.
I'll check it anyways.
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Good thing I checked. Oh, I haven't done this in a while.
Open.
Alright. What we got? That's Martin's locker.
Martin Hamish's locker.
What's this picture of? Oh, that's his son.
Father and I. Kew Gardens. A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
General Secretary. Let me see. To renew my application for the management position. As I have stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Dunn was alive, I understand your reservation to my suggestion. Your reasons were political, and so I was happy to comply. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency. To a noble task ahead and freeing my mind from this uncertainty. Okay.
Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
Is this the girl's locker? No, it's Albert.
Albert's locker. A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Results in our entry examinations, we are unable to invite you into the Royal Navy School. Your father has expressed his intention to entrust to you the directorship of the Royal Botanic Gardens. That he would not release you for an entire year of naval training. Oh wow. Please accept all our best wishes for your future at Kew Gardens Training Center. Gotcha.
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea.
What is there to check? Can't do anything. Let me see. I knew it was something about this letter. Or paper.
Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
Is that it? It's supposed to be in, yeah. This is hers.
Miss White's locker. These jewels must be worth a small fortune. A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
How could you think to ask us for money after all these years that have passed since you left and without any thought of us? Any detail of your success at the university, but you choose to do so now. We suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from the same high class as your new friends. People believe you should learn to put your family first, as we at home have always done, and none of us ever compromise their reputation. As it appears, you have already with your employer, Mr. Dunn. No, Margaret, it is you who makes us feel ashamed. Your parents. Wow. Wait, hold up. What is this? I cannot wait to talk to her. A diploma.
Apparently, Miss White is a capable student. A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
So this is a letter that she sent to them, and then they responded with that other letter. To ask for your help, my studies and my housing costs have proven to be more expensive than I had anticipated. I fear that I may not be able to manage in the long term. I know that we have had our disagreements, but would you be so heartless as to allow your daughter to fail her studies due to lack of money? She's manipulative. Well, is that it? I'm missing something. Did I just check this? I know how your financial troubles are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I cannot permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I will consider it an honor if you might accept my help. Albert. Is that it? I think that's it. It's still giving me this R1. Wait, stop. What is that? Can you check this? Can you check the bag? Nope. Alright, let's do it. What is this? Laboratory table.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory. Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
Gold dust? Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Yep, I know it. Go get Toby.
Let us take Toby to the laboratory. He will pick up the scent of this mysterious substance. Search, Toby. Search.
Alright, here we go. Looks like it's going, yep, this way. Apparently I can't run over that. Whatever. was going where that... Oh, no, it's not. I thought I was going here. I was going that way. Oh.
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found. This is the bottle that was used in the laboratory. It was buried here. There is still some liquid remaining in the bottle, with gold flakes. A tiny caterpillar. Not surprising to see one in a garden, but at the bottom of a bottle.
Alright, complete it. What's next? Is there anything?
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Alright, I did this. Famous at the seed house. Where's the seed house? Let me check this map over here. The seed house. No. Right here.
Seed house.
Alright, so this is where I'm at. Then I gotta go through. Oh, it was right by the ventilation. Okay, I remember. I think I remember. I'm gonna go this way. Should be on the other side, I believe. Go, 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 go. Oh, really?
Look, Holmes, this charming lady must be Miss White. She's entering the seed house.
Yep. Let's go. She wasn't here at first. I still smoking as well.
Open.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir, and good day to you too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honoured to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Alright, there's 3 things. What it? Expensive perfume. The brooch? Nope. Anything? Nope. Not married. What is this? Marks. Or family. Okay, what else? Yeah, I'm married.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Why is Watson talking?
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honour.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic, and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
Gotcha. I don't think I checked this, but yes I did. What is this? Yes I did. What? How do I... Oh, is this another part of the nursery? Oh. Wait.
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
Wait.
It is a bust of Montague Dunn.
What else? Am I missing something? I already checked that. Anything?
I am curious if the marble that we found will fit this place. Here it is. The marble fragment that we found in the colonial collection room is what they have in common.
Alright, I'll move. Move it. Anything else? This is where I was last time. Yeah, I already checked that. Checked the desk. I went in here, right? Yeah, check that. Can I go on this one? Yeah. Go. Check around first. Wait.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste. French wine, a remarkable vintage.
Try and look at the pictures. Okay, go to animal. Alright.
newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
Are pleased to announce the successful production of a new variety of barley, one that retains a complete resistance to the cold. They have named it the Siberian barley. Hold a press conference next Monday morning upon this very subject. What else? I don't see anything else to look at. Yeah, I don't. There we go. My dearest Margaret, following our last conversation, I believe it might be better if you vacate your position here at Kew Gardens. As you pointed out quite bluntly, you are no longer in need of my support. You are quite able to stand up for yourself in this world, as you say. Well, I give you back your freedom and wish you nothing but good luck, Mr. Dunn. Anything on this side? Yes.
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
I think that's it, other than this. It didn't tell me what the hell I was supposed to do. Go back. Rotate left, rotate right. Then what? Am I supposed to check all of them? Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go. 8, 9, 10. And go back. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I got it. Shit, it took forever. We must ask you for the last time for the return of our dear sisters. You do not have any right to hold them in prison. They do not belong to you. Your so-called permissions are wholly false. Wholly or you are hiding behind lies. The lie you need not elaborate. That was reported in the press as a case of June 14, 1889. What you have done is quite abhorrent. Be very sure that we shall never abandon our family members. We trust you and I haven't done so. Oh, we trusted you. A divine syndicate. Interesting. Anything else?
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
The death of Miss Margaret White. A rental of a suite of rooms at Oxford, an educational scholarship, credits open at Hamilton, Taylor's. Why would you not mention that? Is that it? My dear friend, please allow me to express my disappointment upon reading your last letter. I am paying you to defend me, not to accuse me. We are granted the great opportunity to travel the world to save the most extraordinarily precious and rare species of plants. and from those who might wish to use them for a dubious purpose. Of whom you speak have no right to hold such precious plants. Remember the case of June 14, 1889. So I must respectfully ask you once again to notarize the permissions on these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. The documents were sent to you on Monday. See you in Boodles on Tuesday as always. Montague done. Who's his dear friend? Okay, so what we got? What was this? Now for the responsibility. Okay. What's this one? And what is this? I'm gonna go with this, and what was it? This one. Margaret White's studies and social situation were completely dependent upon Dunn's wealth. That is true. Is there more I can link? No. Yep. There you go. Miss White and Mr. Dunn had a recent disagreement. Dunn was planning to release Miss White from her position at Kew Gardens. Can I link anything else? I don't think so. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm done. Alright, let's set up. I think I checked everything.